Welcome to Jurassic Peak. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Jurassic Peak, Episode 9, the final building episode. In the last episode, we finished the Carno Crest, which is this huge carnivore-only area, mainly, what would they be called? Tyrannoids or what have you? These sort of bipedal walking carnivore dinosaurs. In this episode, we are working on Feather Peak. Feather Peak is going to take up the remainder of the buildable area on this map, going all the way up to the peak of Jurassic Peak. This was a challenge in many ways. As I said in a previous episode, I was intending for Jurassic Peak to have a lot more feathered dinosaurs in it. I was really counting on there being a deal on the feathered dinosaur packs. There's two in specific, I believe, the late Cretaceous pack and the feathered predators pack. So unfortunately they did not go on sale in time for me to make this series, so the Feather Peak area is pretty limited. But that's okay. We just work with it anyways. It doesn't matter, because hopefully in the future the Feather Peak pack will go, or the feathered species packs, both of the packs with feathered species will go on sale, and I can incorporate them into a future build. So it's fine. I do apologize if you hear any weird noises. I have no idea what's happening outside, but it sounds like some work is going on. So I do apologize in advance. We're just getting the layout here. We're very limited in the amount of feathered species that I have. I only have basically whatever odd feathered species came with other packs that I bought, DLC packs. So Biosyn, Malta, Park Manager, the marine species, which obviously has none, and there was another one, wasn't there? I forget. Anyway, I think I have 5 in total, or 4 extra DLC packs, so we're a bit limited, is what I'm trying to say. Here we're just getting our pathway working its way up the mountain to its epic conclusion. So this path alone must be, I don't know how many kilometers long, maybe like 8 or 10, as it stretches around the entire Jurassic Peak, because it goes down from the deepest lagoon, the depths of the ocean, to the tip top of Jurassic Peak for a brilliant view. And sorry if you can hear that, I'm having a drink while I narrate, so please bear with me. It's really hot. It's a hot summer. You gotta stay hydrated, shall we say, hydrated. So here I'm moving, this is the hatchery. I need a hatchery till the very end. So I'm going to incorporate the hatchery into my build as making it a permanent object in my map. Now, this area here, this part of the park, is actually quite limited in many ways. So, the amount of dinosaurs I can actually put here is pretty limited, without it getting too overcrowded with stuff. And that's one thing I do want to avoid, is the stuff. Too much stuff. This area is supposed to be quite natural. It's supposed to be quite, separated. I don't even know if I don't know. I forget if I added any cafes. No, I did. I know I did. But there's just one little area here that's selling, coffee. On the entire peak, you have to walk kilometers just to get to a coffee shop. So here we're putting in the cafes. I know they say sushi, but I just changed the outside to coffee. Because I don't want to, go through it every time. It takes too long. It's easier to change it afterward. Now even I was experiencing that difficulty, that what should I build difficulty in this park. In this part of the park. Because, we're on the last episode, so it really feels like, oh wow, we've really built so much. What else should I build? What else is there to build? But I do think, like I say in every episode, we make it work. And by the end of the video, I'd say I'm very happy with the results. Now this is the only sort of, I don't know what we would call it, the only sort of inhabited area of this area, of this part of the park. So I'm just trying to make it sort of like a hub where people will congregate. Again, I'm not taking needs into consideration. Now you might be thinking, what the heck am I doing? Which is a good thought to have. I think it's pretty crazy if I decided I'm going to add a monorail to my park. But I do have an idea. My idea is that this monorail station is not a monorail station. It's an extended viewing platform. So it's like you take the escalator up, and then many people can stand like left to right and view at the same time. Rather than a viewing platform that has a limited amount of space, this is a very large viewing platform. And it will have like an escalator. So it's not a monorail. And I was just saying that I'm not taking needs into consideration when I build things. So different buildings have different functions. I mainly pick buildings based on what they look like, but like that Biosyn emergency shelter, it looks pretty cool. So that's not an emergency shelter in my mind. It's just another shop or something like that. So that's looking pretty good. I really like how that turned out. And we're going to do a plaza here on this side for seating. Now we are adding a tour here. I think that would be cool, or at least make this area a little bit special. The fun fact is that I was planning on making it a gyrosphere attraction, but for some reason I clicked on this one and I didn't really realize it until it was too late. So I put it closer to the what do we call it, the plaza, mainly because I want it to be I want it to be so that you just go from the plaza, you drink your coffee, then you go right to the tour. You don't need to go around the other side of the monorail viewing platform, which makes sense. Just trying to get this lined up. Sometimes it can be a bit tricky. You know, you want it to be perfect. Now, this area of the park offered its own challenges, but I would say the main challenge was actually the limited dinosaurs for this area, because it's Feather Peak, right? It's supposed to have feathered dinosaurs, so it doesn't really have too many. So that is one of the main challenges. I do like connecting these paths up. I don't like the I don't like having paths unconnected. I don't know why. I don't even think it matters, but I do like it. So here we are just trying to, I suppose, get our enclosure areas sorted out. We are going to have, I think, 4 or 5 enclosures only, which is not much. So it's going to be quite a small area, but you can see the episode is not the shortest episode. So I believe the aviary episode was the shortest episode, and that just shows that we're doing a lot of terraforming for just 4 enclosures or 5 enclosures. I should add also, if you like the Jurassic Peak series, then feel free to like and subscribe for more Jurassic World Evolution content. Jurassic World Evolution is going to be a staple of my YouTube channel here. So do feel free to join the club, and we'll be doing a lot more builds with Jurassic World Evolution 3 as well. It's going to be real fun. When the game releases, I pre-ordered the deluxe edition, so we are going to start pretty much immediately when the game is released, which is going to be good. So join the club, and of course you, the viewer, the subscriber, will get to have a say in my videos, because I will be using I will be using polls to communicate, so you can vote with the YouTube poll. Sorry about that. I was just hearing some very loud banging noises outside, and I wasn't sure if it was affecting the audio. I can hardly hear it in my video, but you might hear something, so I do apologize. Here we've moved the hatchery up to the very top. I think this is a good place. It's like the final destination. If I have any problems in the future, I could always replace dinosaurs with it. And I'm adding these observation towers looking out over the park. I think that they'll be perfect for, I think it'd be such a cool experience. You come up here and you can see the entire park from these observation platforms. So this particular hatchery is not a very beautiful building, but we're going to make it work. We're going to incorporate it somehow. It could be sort of like, I don't know, a guest experience. You can see how the hatchery works. You can see how it all works from there. You come up here, you enjoy the observation towers. I don't have too much up here. There's no plaza, there's no seating area, there's no restaurants, because I don't want guests to stay up here. It is better for the guests to be closer to the hub You know, if you give them too much to look at up here, then they won't get down in time for dinner, and they'll be stuck up here at night, and it's just better. So this area is going to be another enclosure. Again, I'm really sorry if you can hear something. I'm stopping the recording constantly, and then the noise stops, and then when I start the recording again, the noise starts again. So, honestly, I mean, it's no secret I don't like living in a city. I don't like living in a crowded place because there's just so much noise, and I just don't think it's very reasonable. You know, like, if you have a hard job, a busy job, a tiring job, and you don't get enough sleep, and then you have to nap in the afternoon, but how can you nap if people are making all sorts of noise? It's a struggle, right? So, I don't like it. So I do apologize if you hear noises, because it's pretty constant. Unfortunately, I don't have too much option. I have to record this narration today because I'm going on a little trip, and I'll be gone until Sunday, but this video comes out on Sunday, and so I have to narrate it now so that I can just upload it when I get back, but I won't get back in time to narrate it. You know what I mean. So unfortunately, you just have to put up with it like I do. But I guess at least we're together. At least we're together, viewers and subscribers. Isn't that the most important thing? So I've added an observation tower and a viewing platform and an observation room to there. Here's going to be another enclosure. So that's 4, I think, in total. I was thinking about doing a 5th one, but it just didn't work out. It's at the back of the mountain. There's just nothing there. So I think, why bother? It's that area to the left. Down there, there's nothing down there. But in order to save space, we're going to redo that path. Oh no, another dinosaur, low health. Again, like I said in the previous episode and other episodes, I've turned on carnivore feeding because I think that it makes things better. Here it's gone. So I saved, and then I exited, and then I restarted the game, and the dinosaur gets unstuck. So if you ever have a dinosaur that's stuck in the aviary, usually, that's the problem. Or that's the solution. You just save your game, quit your game, restart your game, and then, well, not even restart, just reload. And then the dinosaur will be unstuck. So that's what I have to keep doing. I did lose 2 dinosaurs, both of them flying. One of them was a special dinosaur, kind of like when the park mascot dies. You know, it's just a sad day. So that happened, yeah. But it's sad. I watched one of them go, but I don't know if I filmed it or not. It was just pretty sad because he was just sat on top of the observation gallery, and then he just died of starvation and fell off onto the ground and then rotted away. And I thought, well, that's not really good YouTube material. So I didn't include it, if I even filmed it at all. But yeah, pretty sad. Thankfully, we still have all of our species, which is good, but unfortunately, one of those, and I'll save the exact species for the park tour, the final tour, and then you can see which one is missing. 1 or 2 dinosaurs. Again, I'm so sorry about the noise. I have to keep stopping the recording. It's really dang annoying. So here we have the this big area where I'm going to do my Jurassic tour. We're going to put up the fence, and then we are going to put the tour through it. So here I forgot that we want to have these ones closer to the path to be a different type. So we have to change it, but it's okay. And then once we get to here, we can change it back. So there's a little bit of elevation change in this enclosure. It's not really a big important thing to have elevation changes. Here, just trying to get the park tour to go through the fence. It's not so bad. That's why you always want to give yourself a little bit of extra room, is to get that, you know, that loop around. Here we're adding a photo point, and then I'm going to add a feeder next to it. So now we're going to add our water, since we have, I believe, do we have every single point, every single enclosure having a fence? I've been too distracted by that dang noise, that construction noise out there, that banging on metal noise. I even forget what we've been doing, what we've accomplished so far. There we have our park tour. This is around the moment I realized it was not a gyrosphere. But it's okay. I just thought, well, we finished it. It's okay. Too bad, so sad. Now we're going to get rid of the trees in the water. And we're going to replace it just like we do with everything. But first, it's water. And then it's, well, feeders, water, dirt, foliage. And then rocks. So it's a 5-part experience. And I'm dirting the path. I think that the path itself looks pretty ugly. In this particular part of the park, I guess I was too lazy to remove the foliage first, so it was a problem. As I said in the previous episode, I like to start with a clean slate when I'm doing foliage, but I guess in this episode I'm just working around what I've already put down. Here we have our third enclosure. The main reason to get rid of the foliage before doing the dirt is because you can't really even see the dirt that you've done with the foliage there. It's just too thick. So that's better. I should be less lazy in life, you know, I'm just too lazy. Get rid of that stuff. Yeah, there we go. I mean, I'm not even going to use the foliage that is there, so why do I keep it? Here we're doing a double pond system. Okay, and with that done, I guess we move on to the rocks. I mean, in the last episode we did the foliage first and then the rocks. But I suppose in this episode we're mixing things up. And like I said previously, we do... what did I say in the previous episode? Yeah, we do at least one batch of rocks per enclosure. So anything more than that is a plus, but it's really just about feeling. But using these Mediterranean rocks, they're a very light color. I don't even know why I went with them. Was that a freeze? Yeah, I think that was a natural freeze. I imagine that was a game doing its autosave, but very rarely I was thinking, what the heck, did I pause the video? But I think the game does do autosaves, and sometimes when you're in the middle of something it freezes for a moment. That was something. I forgot that I captured that. I don't usually notice it. Now we're decorating. I'm using these calamite trees for decoration here. But this is just for the peak sort of area. I'm mixing calamite and the other one together, just trying to see what works. But the calamite really does fit well into the areas that these Tempskayas don't really grow, so it helps to add some bulk to the environment, you know, some proper thick foliage. So wherever the big trees don't grow, I try the other tree. But I'm trying not to erase the trees that are already there, the big ones. So it's a pretty big process getting all of these decorated, especially when I'm trying to avoid erasing trees for some reason. Ooh, that's great. Look at that thick bundle of trees. And I've said it in previous episodes, but I do like to use the shrubs in these areas where the dirt is because it shows that nothing big can grow there. They've been trampled too much. So because the dinosaurs are expected to be moving around a lot in these dirt path areas, that no big trees would grow. They'd be trampled too much. So I'm getting some great growth in here. This looks like a proper forest, which I'm really happy about. We're almost done. I think we have one or two more enclosures, but they're the smaller ones. Yeah, that looks good. I love it when I get a bunch of trees together. So here's the last area. I think this is the last area to decorate. And what am I doing? Oh, yeah, right. I'm decorating the rocks with the trees because the trees look great with the rocks. But I do like the shrubs nearer the dirt. The shrubs look a lot better. In the dirt areas, these ornamental shrubs. Of course, I really love that big bundle of trees. It looks so good, but ultimately, we want the vehicles to get a good view. So I don't want to block their view here. So we're going to put these down. It's always a shame. I hate getting rid of a big tree. Because I know that it's kind of difficult to get them to spawn. Or grow. Quote unquote grow. But you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So for the vehicle tour, the Jurassic tour, you gotta make sacrifices. Ooh, it hurts to watch. Those poor trees. I like the loudspeaker system. I think that's pretty cool. So here, it's so dirty. Why not just add some foliage? That looks good. But we do need some more trees. It's like when you want trees to grow, nothing grows. And when you don't want trees, you get these amazing clusters. Beautiful, big clusters of trees. Like that. That looks great. Oh, yeah. But it's just too few and too far in between. This is a nice area. Yeah. Whoa, that's great. That's exactly what brings me happiness, is just seeing all those trees pop up. Now this area here is undecorated. We do want to give it a little bit of life. And here on this side too. But without getting rid of the trees, like I say, we want the empty spots, we try different trees. So we're going to dirt the rest of the path. This is a tradition, I suppose, in my videos. Every video I dirt all the paths we make. Kilometers and kilometers of path that we have to dirt. There we go, looks good. And then we go up the mountain all the way to the very peak where the king of the dinosaurs is going to call home. Here we go. Looks good. Wow, there we go. Nearly at the end. Okay, that looks great. Sometimes it's a little bit uneven, but just adds character. Now we're going to add some rocks to the outside. This time is different. In the last episode we did rocks on the outside first, then we did rocks in the enclosure second. This time we're doing it the opposite way. Rocks in the enclosure first and rocks outside second. So I think it's pretty cool. Nice to mix things up. I didn't mention I added a VR station or something, or like a fossil thing here, just to make this area seem a little bit busier. I don't want you to come up and find nothing. You know, you walked how many kilometers all the way up to the top of the park and there's nothing there? I don't want it to be like that. I want you to enjoy your time. Yeah, that looks like a VR experience, so I just want people to have a break here, drink a coffee. I don't know, if you walked all the way here, maybe you're here on a weekend pass, so you say, oh, today I'm just going to do Bracky Valley and Carno Crest and Feather Peak. And so by the time you get here, maybe it's 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you can take a nice break, have a panini, you know, a grilled cheese panini, and go to your VR, go to the very top and get back to the visitor hub for dinner at 6 o'clock. Now because we're in the tropics, it gets dark at 6 o'clock, so you want to be home. You want to be back at your hotel room at 6 o'clock. I'm using rocks a lot more now. There's two reasons. Number one, we're on the mountain, so I want there to be more rocks. And number two, we're at the end of our park build, and I can see that the system can handle it. So I want to add more rocks, just for decoration. At the beginning of the build, I was more hesitant to add decoration because I don't know what the PlayStation 5 can handle. And you might be saying, it's a PlayStation 5, it can handle a lot, it's a powerful system. Well, yeah, but I don't know what it can handle. So I was just being careful. But I can see now that the PlayStation 5 is pretty good. It can handle a lot. Now there's a lot less decoration in a way. There's a lot less planters, a lot less, I don't know, statues and stuff here. But there's a reason for it. It's like this area is just not really the kind of place that you're going to be building a lot. It's very narrow. The area for the visitors is very small compared to the area for the dinosaurs and nature. Compared to down in my Big 5 area, the visitor hub, that area is terraformed to be perfect for visitors. So it has more decorations. You know. So it's interesting. I'm relying more on rocks, essentially. This area is turning out well. I don't know how many rocks I have in the park, but it's probably about 100 an episode, so maybe 900 in total. Some episodes are more, some episodes are less. There's a lot of rocks here. There's got to be 30 or 40 just here. Oh man, I'm busy placing rocks. But it's all about feeling. Like I said in previous episodes, I have no idea what I'm going to plant or what I'm going to put where, how I'm going to decorate, how I'm going to place things. I just go into an episode and I just feel my way through it. And I think generally it turns out well. The park turns out very good. So here I'm trying not to get rid of the other trees and adding more trees. It's sort of a technique where you just try to fill in different trees in the blank areas of the one type of tree and see if you can get more to spring in and make it thicker. Of course, if you want really thick, you can do that top left tree option, which is like oak trees and palm tree mix. The palm trees are usually on the edges, the oak trees are in the middle, or you go with the ginkgo, is it, that golden tree? They usually get very bushy. But if you want to try and get bushiness with other trees, you can try to combine two types together like these ones, and you might have some good success. Now again, I try not to make trees grow out of the rocks. I prefer them to grow in between the rocks, but yeah, you can only do so much, right? So now we're just going to make this a little friendlier for Grandma's mobility scooter. You know, Grandma's coming with the grandkids, and she needs to get her scooter up here, right? You think Grandma's gonna walk, I don't know, 10 kilometers from one side of the park to the other along this winding road? going elevation changes hundreds of meters. Grandma's not doing that. Grandma needs to have a friendly path for her mobility scooter. It's just a little electric, what do they call it? A rascal. It's just a little electric rascal making its way up here. Imagine Grandma on her bright red rascal with her two grandkids. And the grandkids are young too, so they have the monkey tail backpack where Grandma can grab onto the tail, make sure they don't run away. You imagine Grandma making her way up here. So we want to make it a friendly environment. Here we're just redecorating, making sure everything is the way it should be. And again, like I said in other episodes, I'm really trying to make sure I get every point. Where the heck am I? I don't even know where I am, but I'm trying to get every single point detailed the way I want it to be before the end of the series, because I don't want to say that the series is not finished when I finish. So I'm trying to make it so that everything's the way I want it to be by the very end of the series, so that when I'm done, I can feel like I'm really done. You know, I can move on. I can visit this park anytime I want. That's the feeling, but I want it to be like a pleasant experience. When I show people the park, you know, I'm like, oh, you want to see my park? Turn on the game, it's done. Perfect. It's not like, oh, I should do that, I should do this. I'm doing it all now. Oh, that looks good. I just love it when I get 5 trees springing up out of nowhere in a very close area. It's my favorite feeling. It's one of the best parts of the game. Now, because I already decorated everything with trees up here when I did the raw build, I don't need to think I missed a spot. Because generally most spots are covered in trees. It's just about getting the mix right. Now here's the back of the VR building. I don't think I had any plans for this. I know it looks a bit ugly from behind, but it doesn't look terrible. Now, underneath the metro, well, not metro, the monorail, I can put trees in there too. So that's what we'll be doing soon. Now, unfortunately, you can't really decorate right underneath the platform, but you can at least decorate to the sides. But what you can do is, I believe you can paint under there dirt, and then it makes sense. Nothing's growing under there. It's too shaded. And we're gonna put some of these trees down. They look really good here. See, that one looks good.
在诸如汽车旅中，
Again, I'm sorry if you can hear all that background noise. I'm trying to ignore it. When I listen to the audio so far, I don't really hear it in the video. Well, it's getting louder now, but if you do hear it, I am sorry. This is a thing I really wish my neighbors would just, tell each other. We talk to each other. Oh, there's low health. It's probably going to disappear, or he's going to die. So you can leave it for a little while, but you can't leave it for too long because the low health thing starts at about 40% health. So they will die. But yeah, I just really wish that neighbors could communicate. This is the thing about living in a city. It's not always a people problem. It's usually also an architecture issue, Things are made cheap, so noise really travels too easily. Stomping and jumping and slamming doors, stuff like that. So here we're trying to get the balance right, filling in all of these little spaces. Oh, that's good. I love it. I love it when a big tree just pops up. Like here, this area is not used for anything, so we're just going in between the trees, trying to get more trees to grow. This is the area I was saying. I was thinking of making it a 5th enclosure, but I ended up not doing it. But I think I made the right decision. Oh, that looks so good. I love having these trees here. It just looks so good. Oh, I should get onto that low health dinosaur. I think I must have forgotten about it. He's still there. I think he must be the second death. Because 2 dinosaurs have died making the Jurassic Peak. And I know one died already in the last episode. I just forget if I showed that another died or did I just skip over it. There was one death and I kept saving and restarting, and the dinosaur did restart, but it was too low health. And so no matter how many times I reloaded the save, the dinosaur would still die. So that is one risk. That's why when you when you see the low health, you should save and reload your save immediately to give it enough time to get back into a normal routine. Because if you do it too close to death, it will potentially still starve to death. So that might have been what happened here. In fact, I think that must have been. It was sad. It was sad. I spent a while trying to fix it. But I think I just forgot about it. Yep, there it is. Dead dinosaur. Too bad. I think that's what happened. But I do remember I saved, reloaded, and I tried a few times, but it was too late. Here, I decided to add a final viewing platform before adding this dinosaur.
If you ask me, I think this animal gets a bad rap. Back when fossils were all scientists had to go on, this Mongolian dune dweller was branded an egg thief. But you know what? It was really just looking out for its own. So as far as I'm concerned, the Oviraptor is all right in my books.
It's too small. In the video, in the picture, in the hatchery, it looks so much bigger. So when I put it down for the first time, I've never put it down before, because these are my first time using the DLCs. I was so disappointed. It's like, what is this thing? Here, I think this is a Pyroraptor.
There's certainly something special about this one. Je ne sais quoi. It's a Pyroraptor. Had it not been for a forest fire sweeping through southern France, our little feathered friend here may have gone undiscovered. And my life insurance would be just that little bit cheaper.
This is a pretty cool one. This is a good example of a feathered species. I think it looks pretty cool. It's like a literal raptor with feathers. Here we have from the Biosyn extension, I added this one into the Oviraptor
Just when you think you've seen it all, along comes the Therizinosaurus. And believe it or not, those huge claws you see, they actually help to feed on vegetation. For real. But, just do me one favor, okay? Don't let it near my hair with those things.
As I was saying, I put this guy in the Oviraptor enclosure because the Oviraptors are disappointing and they are not very interesting at all. So, I just think I don't need that. The guests want to look at something, right? So here we have number 2. I'm adding different colors. This one looks pretty cool. Blue. Blue and green. This guy was in the Jurassic World, what was it? Dominion? Or something? Anyway, it was in that movie, I remember. Actually, I don't remember. To tell you the truth, I don't remember it was there. Here we have our next disappointing species. This one was even more disappointing. Where is it?
Ancient mythology may not be my speciality, but I've been told that Moros Intrepidus was named after the Greek deity Moros, the personification of impending doom. It was said that he gave people the ability to foresee their demise. And if you come face to face with this tyrannosaur, I suspect there is a good chance you will meet your fate.
This was disappointing. I put this thing in the biggest enclosure, and it is the smallest dinosaur. So I ended up putting the feathered Tyrannosaurus in the enclosure too, because I just thought that Moros Intrepidus is the smallest, most disappointing dinosaur I've ever had. I should have put it in the petting zoo.
Transit has commenced.
And then I end up moving the Tyrannosaurus again to the very top, because I think, well, this is Jurassic Peak's peak, right? So the king of the dinosaurs should be up here. Yeah. This is what happens when you tranquilize them too many times in a short period of time. You know, I tranquilized them, moved them, tranquilized them, and moved them. So instead, I put the Pyroraptor in this enclosure. Some different color variants. I did the white, which looks good. But I think I do gold as well. Oh, but that Morose Intrepidus, oh boy, that's really, really disappointing. Here's the gold one of the Pyroraptor. Looks pretty good. I just think people want to see something cool. I also put a couple of these in here. I know I had a rule about cohabitating. I said I wouldn't do it. But I just had to do it. You know, this enclosure where Jurassic Tour is driving through, it needs to look good. There needs to be things in here that are interesting. Watch, this one goes crazy. This is pretty funny. Just like the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the feathered one, he gets put down and then he goes insane. You see. I guess he doesn't like that his only roommate has blue hair. He got a little bit freaked out. But yes, I know I had a rule against cohabitating, but there's nothing else. I have so few species to use. I have 4 plus the Tyrannosaurus feathered variant. Here I added another Tyrannosaurus to the peak. I think this enclosure would be better with 2. So you might be wondering, what did I put in the other enclosure where I took the feathered Tyrannosaurus from? Well, you're gonna have to wait. I either show you in this episode or I don't. But in the park tour, you will see what I put in there instead. Here, we're just doing some final decoration. We're in the final 10 minutes of the park build, which is exciting. And I'm using these dividing walls here. They look really good to block off the more, or should I say the less appealing part of this building. Perfect. So now when you're a guest, you can't see all the ugly parts. And we're going to use some planters to sort of spice things up. Come on, I thought I cut this part out. There we go. This is a nice planter. Now again, as I say in most episodes, you don't need to be an expert at placing things perfectly straight for it to look good. You might notice if it's a big variation of change, but for just a simple thing like this, it really doesn't matter. So just try new things, and I think you'll be happy with the result. Here we're going to add this. It's got... I always think, is it a Spinosaurus head? But it looks pretty good. So we have the Tyrannosaurus there. It's kind of similar. Maybe it's not a Spinosaurus, but pretty cool. And what do we go with here? We have our mosquito repellent, our sunshades. Or light. Okay. I don't remember putting down any benches in this episode or the last episode. Well, we're in the final 8 minutes. I guess I should talk a little bit more about the plan for the future. So this video is coming out on Sunday, and then the following Wednesday will be the park tour video, which you can look forward to. Put it on your calendar. Make sure that you have snacks and a drink. Another low health. That must be the 5th or 6th or 7th one I've had. Pretty annoying. I might turn off carnivore feeding after the park tour. But yes, put it on your calendar. It's going to be really exciting. Make sure you have snacks and drinks to enjoy it with, because it's not going to be the shortest video. It's not going to be long, but it's not going to be short. I do look forward to it though. My first mega park tour. I'm very proud of how this park turned out though. I would say that this park offered many challenges and opportunities to better myself, to increase my skill, and I am happy about that. I am very happy about that. Yes, I think that this is a good sign of what's to come, especially in Jurassic World Evolution 3. With my build style, I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it. So in the future, we are going to reduce the amount of videos to 1 per week. I know we've been doing 2 Jurassic World Evolution 2 videos for Jurassic Peak every week. And I guess that's a big thing because it's new, but also because I am reducing the amount of videos I release in a week. I want to just stick to 3. Farming Simulator, Jurassic World Evolution 2/3, and either Police Simulator or Firefighting Simulator Ignite. So after August is done, the amount of videos in a week is going to be much less. It's going to be about 3. And each video I'm going to try to get down to about 45 minutes. I think that's the sweet spot, because narrating videos, it does take time, and if I have 4 or 5 videos I'm narrating, that's a lot of time. So I'm going to try and decrease that number. But you can let me know in the comments. As I say, I do reply to comments. I do like it when you comment. I do engage with you. I want to know what you think. What games are you interested in? But try to keep it on subject, right? So I do primarily like to play simulation games. And I mean, the channel's called Thomas Simulates because I like to simulate or not simulate, but I like to play simulation games. So I won't be playing Wukong, Black Myth Wukong, that's not my style. I'm not a Dark Souls kind of guy. So try to keep it on subject, and I don't play many indie games necessarily. A lot of games I play, I don't know, are they double A? Like Police Simulator, is that double A or triple A? Well, who knows, but I just like those sort of games, so try to keep it on subject if you're going to do like recommendations and stuff. But I will say thank you very much. If you made it this far, you've watched like 10 hours of park building. So I really do take my hat off for you, because that's pretty impressive. I'm going to try to get the same level of detail in future builds, but I want to cut down the amount of episodes and the amount of the length of episodes. So let me know how you like it, and we'll hopefully be able to make everybody happy. not everyone is going to be happy, I know. But everyone wants to see certain things, and, you know, I can only make so many people happy with the things I show them. Here we're putting in some decorations. It's great to actually put in decorations in the episode, because as I said in other episodes, I do decorate after I finish an episode. Just what did I forget? Because usually I come back to it after a day or two and I'm like, with a fresh mind, oh, what did I forget? What should I add? So it does work well. But I'm trying to decorate more in the episodes, or at least include the decorations in the episode, so that you're not surprised when we do the park tour. If you're interested in Firefighting Simulator, by the way, Ignite is the new game coming out. I did pre-order it, and I pre-ordered the Year 1 edition. I wanted to get Simmy the dog. I know there's a lot of talk online. Don't pre-order games. Don't pre-order games. You're teaching game companies the wrong lesson. Well, that's true. But I pre-order games that I know I'm going to love. I know I'm going to play. I know I'm going to love. I don't pre-order games that I'm not sure about. So, you might not like Firefighting Simulator Ignite or what have you, but I do. So, and just like Jurassic World Evolution 3, I know I'm going to play it day one. So, I'm going to pre-order.
Cuidado ao embarcar e desembarcar no passeio Jurássico.
But yeah, I do pre-order. You get some bonuses that really are nice, and they might not be bonuses that you'd actually buy yourself. Like, would I spend $5 American on Simmy the dog in Firefighting Simulator? Probably not. But that also will make me feel like, oh, I'm in the club. So here we are, Jurassic Peak, Feather Peak. We are finished finally. This was a great build. Jurassic Peak itself was a wonderful experience. I don't think I've ever had this much fun making a map in Jurassic World Evolution 2. But I feel really good about it. So join us in just a few days. We are going to be releasing, that'll be next, or not next Wednesday, that'll be Wednesday. This coming Wednesday, from when this video is released, the park tour. So thank you very much for joining me on this epic 10-hour, 10-part series, well, 9 parts so far, build. And I look forward to seeing you for the park tour.